What's going on, YouTubers? It is your boy, Deluxe Man, and yes, we are live here on YouTube for my Q&A. Number 78, we draw closer and closer to number 100, where I will and plan on interviewing a wrestler. I might even review their career, but the big plan for Big Q&A 100 is to interview a professional wrestler. Could be anybody, female, male, from any company, anywhere. I don't have anybody in mind yet, but we will get there. When it happens, it will be big. It will be awesome. But we're drawing closer and closer to episode 100. Welcome to episode 78. You know how this works. I ask you guys to send me questions on Facebook and, of course, Twitter, and I will answer them live here on YouTube. So this is the first time. If this is the first time you're watching a Q&A, or your boy Dalyxman, period, do yourself a favor. Like the video and subscribe. You can also help out by following on Twitter. Tweet along with me during shows, any kind of wrestling show. Like me on Facebook. Be a part of future Q&As like this by following me on Twitter and Facebook. You can also donate using Super Chat, PayPal, Patreon, wherever floats your boat. Most importantly, you can buy yourself a Dalyxman t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. And also get yourself a WrestleCrate. This show is sponsored by WrestleCrate, a company that sends you loot boxes every month. Subscription, of course. If you subscribe today,
have you been watching the Texans-Patriots game?
I have not. I know what's happening, so that's kind of embarrassing. I don't want to be a part of that. But if you guys want to be a part of WrestleCrate, you guys can subscribe today. Get you a monthly subscription sent to your door. And of course, if you use the promo code Dalyxman, you will get 20% off the first month. So once again, if you subscribe to WrestleCrate today, you will get your first WrestleCrate 20% off if you use the promo code Dalyxman. Couple of things I have to talk about. So, as you guys noticed, the super chat that you got was a lot shorter. People have been complaining about the length of the super chats. Some people have been complaining about super chats as a whole. I'm not turning them off. I love the super chats. I love featuring super chats on my videos. I love when you guys donate, and I feel like when you donate, you should be featured. But to compromise, I have made them shorter. So as a result, if you're a fan of Phil Collins, I had to cut him short. Also, I had to move him to a higher payment because his song is usually longer. So from now on, if you're donating, the songs will be shorter because I want to get through the podcast a lot faster and to help them flow a little bit better. Anything from $1 to about, I'm going to say to about $10, the super chats will be 30 seconds. It's going to be 3-second songs, straight to the point. If you want longer songs, you have to donate more. $10 to $20 is 5 seconds, and everything above 20 is long. So the lengthy donations will get lengthier songs and lengthier time because you deserve that. The more you donate, the longer the songs. I think that works more. If you want, at the end of the podcast, I will go through all the songs. So you'll know where Phil Collins sits now. You'll know where all the other songs sit. But it's nothing too bad. I'm pretty sure everybody's okay with it. I just feel like when people are telling me, Dalyxman, we feel like the super chats are long, we feel like it's hindering the flow of your shows, I hear, okay, so what you're telling me is you don't like the fact that the songs are going 15 seconds long. And I'll take the blame for that, because each of the songs before today were 15 seconds long. Now, like the first song, 3 seconds. We are in and out, bow, in and out. So let's see how this works. I'm trying to compromise, but as you guys know, I'm not giving up super chats. I think you guys are using them to help out the channel. I appreciate that, and we're gonna go with how this new setup will be. And again, if we are not happy with it, I can always go back to the old format. It's not a big deal. I don't mind going back to lengthier songs for each super chat. For right now, let's compromise and see how this works. But who's here? Who is here in the super chat anyways? I want to see who has showed up to the live Q&A. We got Ultra Shadow 97, Sonic X WWE The King, Nox Duru Blaze. Is that Height? Height IDE C22. Is it High Tide? Oh, High Tide. High Tide C22. I like that. Chase, Anthony Ace, Elias Ademi, Awesome Kid 254, AJ Envoy, Justin Long, Sammy B, King Mike Todds, Pikachu Black, Permanent Press, LTB The Fly Guy, Giovanni Garcia. Let's see here. I don't want to miss anybody. I feel like we got more people. Kaide, Vermilion, Zion Smith, McLean Roche, Nitch Bryant, Anel. I hope I said your name right. Is it Anel Abraham, Sniper Wolf, Life with Zach? I think that's everybody. I think I called out everybody so far. All right, well, not a bad audience for my Q&A. I appreciate that. Welcome. I missed someone. I sure did. Sorry, Gabe. Gabe, is it Headley? Gabe Headley. I think I said your name. I think I said it right. And then Aaron Sherwood, of course, because you donated. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We got more people coming in. NHP 2012 just came in. To everybody else coming in, welcome. I hope you enjoy yourselves. We're going to start things off with a topic. I do feel like the Q&A is worth this topic. I feel like this is a big topic. And I want to kick things off discussing the rumors. Big rumors around Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker coming back for one more match. As you guys remember, this past Monday Night Raw, Shawn Michaels returned to confront. He didn't plan on confronting The Undertaker, but he came out to promote Triple H and Undertaker for Super Showdown one last time. And we all felt like when we hear those words, it's like, sure, for now. But we had a surprise.
Be on the look for a new Patreon coming, bruh.
Alright, Sammy B, I appreciate that, man. We had a surprise, though, from The Undertaker on Monday Night Raw. No one expected him to show up. He did. He got in the face of Shawn Michaels, and he reminded him that he is the reason he retired. And every day, he is reminded that The Undertaker is always better than him. But see, Shawn Michaels, again, and we have to remember, I'm pretty sure WWE has come to Shawn Michaels multitude of times to get him to come back and wrestle. Without question. They've thrown him idea after idea after idea, and he's turned it down. He mentioned how he did it out of respect for Undertaker, but more so respect for the business. When legends retire, they should retire. It should be done. But something was interesting about this promo. Taker mentioned that the only reason Shawn retired is because he feared him. And if he ever was to come back, he would put him back into retirement. This was a tease. This was a tease for Shawn to come back. And as usual, we all had doubts. We all still have doubts. I have doubts. That Shawn Michaels won't be coming back. There's no way. There's no way this guy is coming out of retirement at this point of his career to wrestle him. But then we thought about it more. And we thought about it more. And then we saw rumors spreading that it could happen. Dave Meltzer on his podcast talked about how there are plans to do one more match with Shawn Michaels and Undertaker if they're okay with it. So here we are. Here we are in 2018, getting ready to potentially see one more match between Shawn Michaels and Undertaker in their 50s. How do I feel about this? How do I feel about seeing one more match between Shawn Michaels and Undertaker? Well, I'll be real with you. I'm torn. I am torn beyond belief. Because let's get something straight. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, in my opinion, still hold the greatest WrestleMania match of all time, WrestleMania 25. Some of you disagree. That's okay. I don't. I believe it is the greatest match in WrestleMania history. And yes, I am biased because I was there live. So, of course, they're always going to have a special place in my heart. With that said, there are some issues I have with this happening. So, here's what we'll do. We'll look at the pros and cons of Shawn Michaels and Undertaker coming back and doing another match. I think it's worth looking at this objectively, which is something your boy Deluxe Man known for doing. I'll admit that I'm quite the biased wrestling reviewer, wrestling interviewer, whatever you want to call me, broadcaster, blah, 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 blah. So, for the first time, I do feel the need to look at things from an objective standpoint. So, we're going to look at the pros first, and then we're going to analyze the cons, and then at the end of it all, your boy Deluxe Man is going to give his overall opinions, and then I'm going to ask you guys how you feel about it. And then, of course, we'll get into the Q&A. Before I do that, is the stream going slower for some reason? I feel like my computer is trying to do something and I don't like it. It's okay. It's updating Star Fox for some reason. Star Fox. Star Fox. Firefox. I don't know why it's updating Firefox and it just came up on my screen. That was weird. Hold on for a minute. Go away. Okay. Don't know what that was all about. I think we're good. Hopefully that wasn't a virus. Alright, so how do I look? Is everything okay? Do we not... okay, I'm good. Let's just go on. Here we go. Here are the pros and cons of Undertaker and Shawn Michaels happening one more time. And let's just assume it will be at WrestleMania 35. So... it is a huge marquee match. Very similar to matches like Sting versus Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. You name it. It's two of the greatest performers of all time coming back to have one more match on the grandest stage of them all. See, in this instance, the quality of the match doesn't really matter. I think about Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. The quality of the match didn't matter there. Overall, it was a decent match in terms of quality. But it was a big marquee match. It is one of the biggest marquee matches in WrestleMania history. Probably the biggest. I dare you to find me something to compare against it. You think about marquee matches that will sell arenas. You think about matches that you see it on the tabloid, you go, oh, I gotta be there to see it. This is one. Also, another pro. If I could trust two men to still put on a classic, not a good match, but a sheer wrestling classic when they're in their 80s, let alone 50s, it's Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. They have enough history with each other to understand what must be done to make their matches work. They're not going to try anything crazy that they know they can't do. I don't see 50-year-old Undertaker soaring over the top rope. If he does, it won't be all the time. It will be on a rare occasion in a way that suits him. I don't see Shawn Michaels hurling his body to and fro, doing all kinds of crazy bumps that he doesn't need to do. I see them telling a story that's worthy of a 5-star classic. It also adds more emphasis to Triple H versus Undertaker at Super Showdown. Because you know whatever happens in that match, it will lead to a WrestleMania confrontation. And we also have to think about this, because this whole rumor has gotten me thinking. If The Undertaker was ever going to retire, like for real, if he was ever going to call it a day, Who would he want his last opponent to be? John Cena? Probably not. Roman Reigns? Hell no. Why not the guy that gave him one of, if not the greatest match in his entire career? Why not Shawn Michaels? What if this entire match, if it is going to happen, what if it was by the request of Mark Calloway himself? If I'm going to retire, I want it to be with the guy I had my best match with, Shawn Michaels. What if it was a request? That would make it that much more special. And honestly, as someone who wants to see Taker retire, not because I think he's horrible or he can't do it, I just don't want to see him get hurt. I don't want to see him have an accident where he's in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. He's done enough. He doesn't have to do any more. You can do another role for the company. Ambassador, agent, something. I still respect you. I still will have the love and appreciation I have for you now. You don't have to do this. You don't need to do this. But if he's ever going to retire, this is the best way to do it. The best way to go out is to wrestle the guy that gave you the greatest match in your career. But most importantly, the biggest thing that will make this work is the story. Because we have to analyze this from a storytelling standpoint. This could be one of the greatest wrestling stories of all time. This match could complete the story between Shawn Michaels and Undertaker that has spanned it over, I dare say, what? 2 decades? Maybe even a little bit over that? I'll go with 2 decades. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels' obsession with Undertaker's streak. The only thing he could not achieve, by the way. He's done everything. Won every championship, ladder match, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania main event, all of it. He's done everything. He's beaten everybody. Well, everybody that means something. But he's done it all except end the Undertaker streak. The only thing he could not accomplish. That obsession led to his career. Led to his career ending. He even got involved in that end of an era match with Triple H because he just couldn't let it go. He had to be involved with ending the streak. But in the end, no matter what he did, he failed. He could not do it. He retired quietly. He retired quietly out of respect for Undertaker and his streak. The one thing he could not achieve, the one thing he could not do, he retired from. However, Taker would not go away. See, when Taker had that end of an era match with Triple H and Shawn Michaels, I think we all kind of figured that was it. That was it. End it here. You're not getting any better than this. And I still kind of feel like, yeah, we probably should have ended it there. We probably should have ended it there. But no, he kept coming back. He would not go away. He kept coming back. Had that match with CM Punk. Awesome match. And then he had a match against Brock Lesnar, which ended the streak. And then he would come back more times. Had a match against Bray Wyatt that nobody talks about. But he would come back to fight Roman Reigns and then lose again. Just fighting. He just fought. Fighting aimlessly. Taking on opponent after opponent. Until he just lost everything. He's not the dead man anymore. He's not the phenom that we've all come to know and love. But instead of retiring, he just kept on coming back. He can't let it go. Taker just can't let it go. He refuses to sleep until he gets back what he lost. And that is the phenom. The moniker of the phenom. The moniker that is known as the biggest, dangerous professional wrestler of all time. Unfortunately, this has turned him into the one thing he hates. A legend that cannot let it go. The one thing he said he would never become. And remember that interview? Remember that interview where Taker said, if I ever become that legend, A man that could never let it go. I would want someone to come into my life, slap me, and make me retire. I would hope someone would have the respect to do that. And that's when Shawn Michaels comes in. Shawn Michaels sees this. Oh, someone found it.
Before Vince allows Taker versus Shawn to happen, he will force Shawn to lose versus Roman first.
I hope not. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I hope not. That would really, really suck. We got another one coming in.
HBK never wrestled The Rock. I just googled it. Wow.
Yeah, they never had a match because of ego. That's not their thing. But just getting back to this, yes, Shawn Michaels sees this. He sees that Undertaker is struggling with letting it go. And out of respect for the dead man, he loathes the idea of Taker not being able to retire it in peace. So to put the dead man to rest once and for all, he comes out of retirement one time. He breaks his own rule. He breaks his own moral code one time to come out of retirement to do one thing. And the Undertaker. He wants Taker to retire. So he told Undertaker, one more match. WrestleMania. This time, if I beat you, you retire. Imagine we go to WrestleMania 35. Shawn Michaels finally beats Undertaker. Not only does he get his WrestleMania victory, the one thing that's eluded him, but Taker retires. Completes the story. Taker retired Shawn. Shawn retired Taker. Perfect ending. A perfect ending to two legend stories. Both of them can make a lot of money off of this. This story could be the biggest, I dare say the greatest wrestling story of all time. If not one of. With the way it's been told. Over 2 decades of hype and build and story behind these two. Come on. Come on. This is one of the best stories I personally would love to see. It would be really, really cool. Now, I'm over here talking about the positives. There are some issues. There are some big issues we have to get to. So, let's get to the cons. First con, once again, this is WWE relying on the past to carry their WrestleManias. It takes the focus away from the current talent and tells people that they don't matter. We have to call back Shawn Michaels. No, we have to call Shawn Michaels out of retirement and call back The Undertaker to carry WrestleMania because you guys can't. So much for Roman Reigns being the top guy, right? Imagine how that must feel for Roman Reigns. Here he is, finally the Universal Champion, and we have to call back Shawn Michaels and Undertaker to sell out WrestleMania because he can't. Wow. Yikes. Shows you how much faith they have in Roman. The second negative that I can find is they're both past their prime. Now, I know I just said that if I could trust two men to have classics in their 80s, it would be Taker and Shawn. But at the same time, these are two men in their 50s. There is no telling how good the match will be, or if either one of them are in good enough condition to work a match. High chance of injury because of their bodies. I mean, think about what Taker has endured over the last, dare I say, decade. Remember in 2009 when he did that top rope suicida and almost broke his neck when he fought Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25? Remember that? How about when Taker fainting after his match with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30? Also think about this. Shawn Michaels hasn't wrestled since 2010. That's an 8-year-long ring rust. This is different from him not wrestling from 1998 to 2002. First off, he was younger, and that was a 4-year gap. He looked like $1 million, granted. Like he never lost a step. But that was a 4-year gap when he was younger and in good condition. This is 50-year-old. Shawn Michaels in his 50s coming back from an 8-year gap. It's a totally different mountain and a totally different situation. One that I don't even think Shawn Michaels will be able to fully recover from. If he came back and still wrestled like he never lost a step, bro, he really is the greatest performer of all time. I'm just saying. And one last thing. Think about where we are in WWE. Remember, this is the main roster. What have they done over the last, I dare say, 2 years, let alone decade, that lets you know they have the capability of telling a good story with Shawn Michaels and Undertaker? And the horrible storytelling that these guys have shown us on Raw, that could hurt the feud. This isn't the same WWE even, that booked their earlier 90s, 2010s feud. Unless Undertaker and Shawn Michaels have full, and I mean full, creative control or assign themselves great writers, I cannot trust the WWE to make this work. It will be lazy. It will be bad. It will be contrived. When all it should be is a legend trying to put another legend out of his misery for his sake. Knowing WWE, they'll do everything in their power to make it more than just that. So where do I stand? Those are the positives. Those are the negatives. If I had to choose, I gotta be real with you, I would choose to see the match. I'm biased, of course. Again, they had the greatest match in WrestleMania history. So, out of that, well, first off, you would think because of that, I wouldn't want it to be tainted, right? Well, there's also one more driving force that's making me say yes. I've been beyond angry. I am beyond angry at how they've booked The Undertaker these last 2 years. I am. I have not liked a single thing they've done with him. I do not want to see him go out with a whimper. I don't want to see Taker just disappear. Not like this. He deserves to have his last match wrapped up with the best possible story out there. And this is how you do it. A legend that can't let it go has to be retired by a legend that knew how to let it go. And Taker can finally retire. And also I get to witness 2 of the top 5 wrestlers of all time do it one more time. So, there you go. I would see it again. That was long. I apologize, but I felt like it was a topic worth talking about. How do you guys feel about it? You know what? Let's turn it over to the live chat. Live chat, talk to me. How do you feel about seeing one more time Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker? WrestleMania 35, if ever. If ever. Let me see what you guys have to say. What are you guys saying right now? Webby says, Taker at this point, Taker is at the point where he needs to retire no matter how many times we go nuts when his bell tolls. But Michaels versus Taker is something I would pay to see. Okay, so nice. So you would be all for it. Jake Salick, WWE, do a better job building up your current stars so we don't have to keep relying on old timers to see shows. Yeah, that's true. or sell shows. That's what he meant to say. Anthony A says, I disagree. A younger guy should fight Undertaker. Fair enough. Niche Bryant. WWE will try to milk Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker instead of making it special at WrestleMania 35. Taker's career could finally end at WrestleMania of the hands of the man that he retired. I'm telling you, that's a really good story. Like, why would you not go there? Giovanni Garcia. I think Taker versus Cena should have happened years ago. By the time they did it, the streak was over, and any suspense the match had was gone. Yeah, because honestly, I completely forgot about Cena and Taker. Remember all the hype they gave to that match, and it ended in 3 seconds? That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Chase 5677. I might want to see it, but not a 2-minute squash match. Oh no, you don't have to worry about that. It's gonna be a match, at least 15 minutes, at least. Ajax 25 says they can't have a long match. Taker can't do that anymore, unfortunately. Here's a new name. Volterra. Welcome. It will be the only part of the show people care about, honestly. That's something you can be promised. People will care. Sammy B. If Taker is going to have one more match, why not be against Aleister Black? This way he could put over a real talent unlike Roman. Yikes. That's pretty bad. That's pretty harsh. McLean Roche basically agrees. I would love to see the match, but I think Aleister Black should retire The Undertaker. Wow. Okay, so people saying Aleister Black. We got ED. Is it ED her? ED her. I'm not too sure how to say that name, but I still want Ciampa to retire him. I paid to see Ciampa in the ring waving goodbye to Taker as he slowly walks away. Wow. That's crazy. Why hasn't Taker addressed Roman? I have no idea. Maybe they want people to forget about Roman fighting The Undertaker. AJ Envoy. I don't want to see it, Dalyxman. Once again, it's all about the old legends. Shawn Michaels should come back to face someone like Almas, and Taker should fight Aleister Black. So they should fight other people, like maybe AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels. Someone they haven't seen before. Okay, so for the most part, it's pretty split. We got people who want to see it. We got those who don't want to see it. Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts about this down below in the comments. I look forward to seeing and reading what all of you have to say about this subject. But you heard my thoughts, and I'm sticking by it. Alright, enough of that. Let's go to the Q&A. So, we're going to start with Facebook. Then we're going to move to Twitter. And then afterwards, we're going to listen to the song so you guys get an idea of how the super chats will work from now on. So here we go. First one is from Ivan. Can you name 5 things that can fix or save Raw? Excuse me. Well, better writers. A better creative team, 1. A new commentary team. We need to get rid of Michael Cole. I'm sorry. It might be me. I might be biased, and that's fine. I don't care. But he just sounds so fake. It's so phony. I don't like him. I don't like Michael Cole as their commentator on Raw. It might not be his fault. It might be the people in his ear telling him what to say and blah, 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 blah. But we need to change things up. Something. The show needs to be a lot shorter. 3 hours is too long. That should have been number 1. It needs to go back to 2 hours. That's for sure. That is for damn sure. I want to see the Universal Championship defended a lot more on Raw. It should be. We used to have title matches on Raw often. Did they change hands? No. But they happened. I don't need to tell you about January 4th, 1999, when Mankind beat The Rock for the championship. Not every championship match needs to happen at a pay-per-view. Once in a while, make it happen on Raw. And let me think. One more. I like that SmackDown rarely shows Shane McMahon. We know Shane is there, but he's not always on TV. When he does show up, it's a big deal. I personally feel like we have too many authority figures. We should go back to one. And this is for both Raw and SmackDown. I do think it would be cool. General managers are fine, but we also got freaking Angle, and then we got Baron Corbin, and now we got Pace, and we got Stephanie, and Shane, and Triple H, and Vince. There's too many authority figures. There's too many. We need one. One major authority figure. I don't care if it's Triple H. I don't want it to be Stephanie, but whatever. I'm cool with it being Shane. Hell, if Vince is going to be around, fine. Make it Vince. But we have GMs, and they work for one man, Vince McMahon. That's how it should be. That's it. I miss that. Where's that? Remember back in the day, during the Ruthless Aggression era, we had 3 authority figures. 3. Raw, SmackDown, Vince. That's what it needed to be. It was simple. But now it's like, what? 7? 8? It's too many authority figures. Cut that down. Seriously. Shane is fine. Someone asked me that if Shane was injured. No, he's fine. He's just taking a break. So yeah, that's what I would do. I love this question. Number 2. How do you feel about WWE signing Pentagon Jr and Fenix? Do you think they will be used properly when they come to WWE? Rumors are going around. Well, at this point, it's not rumors. It has been confirmed that after their run with Lucha Underground and apparently MLW, both Fenix, Pentagon Jr. will be coming to NXT. So that's a done deal. They will sign their contracts. They will be here to wrestle as part of the NXT roster, which I'm excited about. I think that is huge, first off. Those two are huge signings for WWE NXT. Do I think they'll be used properly? I have no idea. I think on NXT they'll be absolutely fine. But when they get to the main roster, I can't answer that. I can't answer that for anybody. I used to think Finn Balor was hard to screw up. I was wrong about that. I thought Asuka was hard to screw up. Well, look at that. I thought Nakamura was hard to screw up. I thought Tyler Breeze was hard to screw up. I thought Ty Dillinger was hard to screw up. I thought Bobby Roode was hard to screw up. I thought almost 90% of the people moving up from NXT to the main roster was going to be very hard to screw up, and they managed to screw up almost all of them. So yes, I would love to tell you Pentagon Jr and Fenix would be great on the main roster, but you know what? I'm not. Because I don't trust the main roster to get it done right. I can't get them to get it done right with the ones they have now. Think about Apollo Crews. How we all said this man is going to be a future world champion. Boy, were we wrong. I think they should stay on NXT for right now. And then maybe over time, I can see them doing their thing. But I'm excited. Can't wait to see Cerro Miedo come to NXT. That's going to be good. That's going to be really cool. Now, I will say, the one thing I'm going to miss with Pentagon Jr. is the violence. When he comes to NXT WWE, the violence goes away. Which I fell in love with him because of his violent nature. Because of how dangerous he is. He won't be able to be as violent as he should be. But it is what it is. We'll see how it works. Next question from Danny Palmer. Hollywood, Florida. Why aren't more managers used these days to help wrestlers get over? Which 3 manager-wrestler pairings would you use? I just think managing is a lost art. I think people like Paul Heyman are the last of a dying breed. Nobody knows how to manage properly. There's only a few people that get it. Because the whole art of wrestling is to, and this is how I feel it's always been, it should still be, put over the ones who matter, but still tell a story about it in a way where you feel relevant. So it's very cool seeing Paul Heyman do what he does, because he is able to keep himself relevant while still making someone like Brock Lesnar look like $1 million. It's a hard thing to do. Some managers aren't very good at it. There's only been a few managers that have managed to do it right. People like Bobby the Brain Heenan, who is probably the greatest of all time. Goes without saying. It's Bobby the Brain Heenan. Come on now. Paul Heyman is definitely up there in the top 10, without question. Others that come to mind, so many. Captain Lou Albano. Armando Alejandro Estrada. Ah, man. And I present to you the Samoan Bulldozer. Oh my god. I miss Umaga. I just got done watching his match with Cena at the Royal Rumble. Very underrated match, by the way. Most of John Cena's matches are very underrated. Yeah, I mean, this is a subject that I'll have to spend a video on. But yeah, I do think it is a lost art. People don't know how to put anyone over anymore. It's all about making yourself look good, which is bad, because if you're not in the business of making money, which is if you're going to accomplish that, you gotta put someone over. And you gotta make them look good while still maintaining relevancy for yourself. But we'll see. Which stream manager, wrestler pairings would you use? That's a tough question. See, what they did with AOP and Rockstar Spud, I don't want that. That makes 0 sense. I'm sorry, I still don't like it. Why would the GM of 205 Live have anything to do with AOP? 1, 2, why would AOP listen to him? They are tall. He is literally the size of his leg. They are so tall, Rockstar Spud comes up to their hips. And maybe that's why they did it, because it gives them a good visual. I don't know. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know who I would pair, honestly. Because right now I would go to valets like Bree and Daniel. I think Bree is a really good valet. Wrestler, those suicide dives. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see, man. Moving on. Scotty Edge from San Marcos, Texas. Are you enjoying Ronda Rousey as champion? And who do you think would be believable to defeat her for the championship? Yes. Actually, I am. I didn't even think about it all that much, but they've done her pretty well. Actually, they've done her really well. She might be the best booked character they've done in a long time, really. If you stop and think about it, I don't think they've booked anybody well. Or more well than Ronda Rousey. I'm sticking by that. Yeah. This year alone, in 2018, no other performer has been booked this well. They have made her look like $1 million. Everything from her match with Stephanie and Triple H to Alexa screwing her over and then her squashing her at SummerSlam. The segment after Money in the Bank where she put Alexa through the table. They have booked her like all kinds of awesomeness, which is great. I think that's wonderful. I just get upset because, all right, we can do her like this. We can make her look good. You know, it's like, where's the rest of this? How come the rest of the roster can't look this good? So we know you're capable of booking talent well. We see it with Ronda Rousey. Why can't the rest of the roster look as good. Or at least close to it. Who do I see beating her? Charlotte. Honest to God, I do see Charlotte being the one to beat her. Do I think she will? Probably not. But if you ask me who I see could beat her believably, Charlotte. That's the only one I can think of right now. Maybe Sasha if we build her up more. But Sasha's an afterthought now. Sasha Banks is literally an afterthought. So we'll see what happens. Melissa Hernandez. Oh, Lord. Alright, here we go. This is from Melissa. I have a confession to make, Deluxe Man. I have a crush on you for a while since last year during the Wrestlemania review series. Oh, wow. So you had a crush on me for a while. When I saw you, I said, wow, that's my kind of man. I want to go out with you. We both have so much in common. We both are wrestling fans. We both have anxiety, asthma, depression, disorder. We are Disney fans. I want you to come to my house and meet you. You're the only one who cares about me. You helped me so much. I want to give you something for helping me go through this much. Do you think I'm worthy, beautiful, special, and loved? Do you do a Royal Rumble? Can you do a Royal Rumble series in January? So let me answer the last one first. I would love to do a Royal Rumble series. Matter of fact, tell you what, because everybody has been enjoying my SummerSlam review series, sure, that'll be the next one. I will happily do a Royal Rumble series. For the time being, I'll just review the Rumble matches. For the time being. The shows itself, we'll see. So let's get to the other one. Melissa, I'm not looking for anybody right now. And that's not because you asked me out. Literally, I'm literally at a place in my life right now where I have to focus on me. I don't want to be dating anyone. I don't want anybody to date me as I am right now. Because for me to have a girlfriend, I would literally have to give her a certain amount of attention and focus as much as she deserved. And I'm in a place right now where I can't do that for anybody, let alone myself. And also, Melissa, listen. The kind of man you want is not me. You need you someone who will make you better, who will improve you. You need you someone who will go out of their way to not only see you, but can transform you into someone that, at least for you, will feel beautiful. And do I think that you're worthy of being loved? Do I think you're beautiful? Do I think you're special? Here's the thing, Melissa. Whether I believe it or not doesn't matter. Whether anybody in this comment doesn't believe it, it doesn't matter. These men, and some of them are saying some mean things to you. Ignore them, okay? It doesn't matter what they're saying. It's all about how you feel. You, Melissa, have to believe you're beautiful. You have to believe you're sexy. You have to believe that you're worthy of being loved. Because once you believe it, you will be it. I'm preaching to the choir here. I am preaching to the choir. I should be preaching to myself. Because that's how it should be. If you believe you're loved, someone will love you. Someone will go out of their way to love you. Matter of fact, dude, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you a homework assignment. Melissa, this is your homework assignment. I can't be your boyfriend. Because that's not my place. Trust me, I'm doing you a favor. You don't want me as a boyfriend right now. But I will give you a homework assignment. For, say, a month. 1 month. I want you to look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, 5 times. 5 times, like Booker T. 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times. That I am beautiful. And I am worthy of being loved. 5 times every day, look yourself in the mirror Do it for a month. I guarantee you. What day is it? It's September 9th. By October 9th, 5 times a day, I guarantee you will find someone who will want to be with you. So 5 times a day, look yourself in the mirror. And you gotta do it every day. Every day. Look yourself in the mirror. I am worthy of being loved, and I am beautiful. Because what's going to happen is, these affirmations, you're going to train yourself to believe it. You'll build that confidence. Next thing you know, you'll be going out. You'll be looking good. And then all these men will be wanting to get your phone number. And all you got to do is choose. Trust me, you don't want me right now. You don't want this guy. You want someone better. Deluxe Man is turning you down because Deluxe Man feels you deserve someone better than Deluxe Man, Melissa. So that's what I'm going to do. See, guys, this is why I have a lot of female friends. I just realized something. For someone who doesn't have a GF, I have a lot of female friends. And listening to myself talk, I see why. I tend to make girls feel beautiful in their own way. Because I do believe every girl deserves to believe and feel beautiful. I might not think you're all that attractive. These men might not think you're all that attractive. Someone will. But someone that does need to believe it is you. Because if you don't think you're beautiful, why should I believe you're beautiful? If you convince yourself that you're ugly, okay, it doesn't matter if I believe it or not. Because you've already convinced yourself that you're ugly. And I can't convince you that you're beautiful unless you believe it. I can tell girls all the time, you're pretty, you're beautiful, and they'll go, sure. I've had that happen to me one time. Now, some girls love hearing it because they like that affirmation. They like the validation of what they do, and I will give it to them. But again, they have to believe it. So, welcome to your boy Deluxe Man's Advice Corner. I'm here all day. I take donations using Super Chat, PayPal, Patreon. Oh, bruh. Alright, let's go ahead and move on. I got more questions to get. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I had to get that out the way. Isaiah Webb. He has 2 questions, as always. Norfolk, Virginia. Chris Jericho reportedly has heat with WWE. Does he? First, he's a free agent, meaning he can work independently. Second, he tried doing business with WWE, pitching the cruise with NXT wrestlers and the SummerSlam match with Seth Rollins. The man is adding on to his legacy, but is also unselfishly putting over other people and promotions in the process. Jericho is a big draw, and him working elsewhere is creating competition that is upsetting Vince McMahon. What do you think of Chris Jericho's actions? And what does it say about the state of WWE? Well, first off, I admire him. I think what he's doing is exactly what he should have been doing. Because Chris Jericho understands that WWE being the end-all be-all is not what's best for the business. He understands that. And also, I think he sees what we see. See, Jericho is a good corporate puppet. He'll tell us what the WWE wants him to tell us. He'll do whatever they want him to do for a certain amount of money. Doesn't mean he has to believe it. And I don't think he believes it. I do think, in a sense, Chris Jericho sees all the problems we see. He knows that WWE is not the best place to be in terms of professional wrestling. He knows that. He understands that. And so what he's doing is using his legendary status to bring eyeballs, to bring a certain amount of credibility to other promotions, to improve the business and create competition and create avenues for these other wrestlers to come in and grow and make a name for themselves. And perhaps improve the business. Variety. Variety, ladies and gentlemen, is what's going to improve the business. Variety. But That's just my thoughts. As for what it says about the state of WWE, it's going back to the video that I put up earlier this week. It's being run by people who are out of touch and cannot let it go. They don't know what to do with themselves no more. They don't understand when their time is up, and they can't find it within themselves to move on. They can't let it go. And in doing so, they've hurt the business. And that's why Chris Jericho is doing what he does. Do you really think if Chris Jericho believed WWE was the end-all be-all, he'd be doing what he's doing right now? No, Chris Jericho understands what needs to be done. He's doing the right thing. Alright, so real quick, Tony Cheese. You heard it here. Shawn Michaels will be announced as the referee for the Australia match. Will cost Taker the match. And since WWE likes to rush crap, they'll do Taker and Shawn at Survivor Series. I seriously doubt that. But yeah, Jericho's doing everything he's supposed to do. And if he ever televises that Jericho Cruise, which I don't even know if that's going to be on pay-per-view or televised, but I would watch it. He should have it. He should have it on YouTube. Just post it for free on YouTube. Screw it. You don't need the money. Post it for free. Okay, second question. Really serious about this $1 million challenge in WWE 2K19 because I can do a lot with the money in terms of school, car, house, etc. All 4 semi-finalists automatically get 2 tickets to Access, NXT Takeover, Wrestlemania, $500, free plane tickets, and a spot in the tournament. My family is being hypocritical about it, but I bet they'll ask me for the money if I win. If I win $1 million and a great vacation from being good at a video game, does it really matter how I get it? No. Dude, let me tell you something. Get your money. Once again, Deluxe Man Advice Corner. We're turning this into Advice Corner today. Welcome to Deluxe Man's Advice Corner. Get your money. Get your money however you need to get your money. If this is something you want to do, go for it. I can't tell you how many people are literally making millions doing nothing else but playing video games. I am serious. You see this game? Overwatch. There is a league for Overwatch where people are actually being paid to play this game as a profession. You think I'm lying? There are millionaires who do nothing else but play this. Millionaires. You think I'm lying? Do your research. That's just Overwatch. Don't get me started on Super Smash Brothers or any other semi-tournament game. I'm sure there's one for Madden. I'm sure there's one for whatever. But there are people who make money off of playing video games. So what's wrong with you doing it? Go for it, dude. Tell you what. I hope you get the game. I hope you enter. And I hope you win. Matter of fact, Isaiah Webb. Once you enter, I will promote you. Your boy Deluxe Man will literally promote you in this tournament. And of course, if you happen to win the $1 million, you had to give your boy some. You know what I'm saying. You gotta give me some compensation for the promotion. You know what I'm saying. No, I'm just joking, dude. I'm serious about the promotion though. If you enter the tournament, I will be there. I will be there to promote you. I will mention you in every video. You will be representing Team Deluxe Man. Be sure you buy yourself a Deluxe Man t-shirt when you go. Alright. So let's do it. Moving on. Sam Chasm from London. Welcome, Sam. Hope you are well. I am fine. Do you think the UK will ever get a WrestleMania? You better get a WrestleMania. I will be pissed off if the UK never got one WrestleMania. I'm shocked. We have yet to do a WrestleMania in the UK. Well, time zone difference. No excuses now. If we're doing super showdowns and Starcades and all these other Saudi Arabia shows. If we can do a show in Saudi Arabia, we can do a show in the UK. We can do WrestleMania in the UK. It's going to be sold out. You know damn well if you do it at Wembley Stadium, it will sell out. You know damn well that will happen. So what are we waiting for? You better. You bets to get to it, WWE. Anyways, did you notice how empty 205 Live was last week? I noticed how Smackdown was empty. What did I tell you about the rut? I told y'all, after SummerSlam, WWE hits a rut. Creatively and just period. This is the time of year where people aren't really watching wrestling. That's okay. And this is also a reason why I feel, it's okay to have an off season. Just this is what I feel should happen. And I've always talked about this, and I'll talk about it again real quick. These wrestlers are on the road all the goddamn time. 24/7, 6 days out of the 7 days a week. And the day they have a break, they have to prepare for the rest of the week. So they're never really resting. They never really had a chance to relax and enjoy the fruits of their labor until they get injured. Unfortunately. So I feel like, what is wrong with having a break after Survivor Series? Like, literally, Survivor Series, that's it. And we don't come back into the first Monday Night Raw of the year, which is like the first Monday of 2019, apparently. But to me, WWE should just give them a break. And then we can feature NXT during that month on the USA Network. Do a NXT Takeover. Just make that the priority. Because they can handle that. Because they have tapings. NXT does tapings once a month. They can do December. Matter of fact, I say, this is what I would do personally. It would be really cool that during that break from Survivor Series to the first Monday Night Raw of the year, do an NXT Takeover that month. Really hype it. That's just what I would do. A break would be good. I think more and more I'm on board for an off season, because what happens is these wrestlers get burnt out, but most importantly, we get burnt out. You don't think fans will get tired? We get tired of seeing this crap. There's too much content to follow. Take a break. Give the writers a break. Give the wrestlers a break. Give us a break. And then come back. Fresh. That's just my thoughts. Off seasons would be great. Keon Cody. Do you think there will ever be a black women's tag champ? Okay, I'm assuming you're asking me, do I think there would be a black women's champion? Which wouldn't make any sense, because Naomi is black, and so is Jazz, and so is Jacqueline. So I'm gonna go with, do I think there would be a black women's tag team champs? First off, we're assuming that we're gonna have tag team champions for the women. I don't think we should. We don't have the roster for it. And if we did, sure? Like, what? Bianca Belair and Naomi, or Bianca Belair and Ember Moon? Like, what do you want me to say to that? I don't know. That's a weird question to ask. I guess. Alright, Robbie from Scotland. Oh, excuse me. Not even from Scotland. This is England. Oops. Sorry, Robbie. Robbie from England. Despite the promos of Raw being amazing, do you think Shawn Undertaker would be any good in 2019? Already talked about it. Did a full segment on it. It just really depends on them. Chase Holland from Florence, South Carolina. Do you think AJ will break CM Punk's title reign? It's 434 days. He's close to a year. Nah, I think he'll drop it to Samoa Joe before then. Be nice if he did, though. Can you predict the class of 2019? No. I would love to sit here and tell you China, Undertaker, Owen Hart, Bam Bam Bigelow. We need a tag team. What tag team hasn't been there yet? The Hardys. That would be perfect, by the way. The Hardys. They could be inducted by Lita. Female wrestler. Well, China. Yeah. There you go. And then, of course, the lead would be Undertaker. Maybe you could induct The Rock. I don't know. See, if we're bringing in The Rock, if the rumored matches are Rock versus Roman Reigns and Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, you can induct The Rock and Undertaker with the Hardys, with China, with Owen Hart. Dang, that's a... Bam Bam Bigelow. That's a huge class right there. That is a massive class. That would be my class. I would love that. That would be the perfect class. Honestly, I'm not touching that. There's your answer. That's what I would do. Jared Anthony Simmons from Dallas, Texas. With the mixed reactions Hulk Hogan was getting in the WWF due to fans being tired of the Hulkamania act, do you feel a heel turn for Hogan could have worked during his last year or two in WWF before he left for WCW? I've always thought about that. I've always thought, what if they would have turned Hogan heel before he left? What would that have done for the business? I don't know. What if Hogan never left and went to WCW and stayed in WWF and turned heel? What would have happened? How would things be? That's one of those what-if situations. I will say this. I'm happy WCW turned him heel when they did. Because that was during a crucial time. A crucial time in wrestling. 1996. We know WCW was whooping that tail. And then NWO came in. Whop! And it wasn't even competition anymore. Damn. But you're asking me, do I think he should have turned heel during his last 2 years in WWF? Probably not. Probably not. Will I be playing Spider-Man? I'm going to get it soon. I do like the game. I do think it looks great. I gotta look forward to seeing it, though, because I'm a little disappointed the graphics aren't what we got, or aren't what they showed us at E3, but I'm not tripping about it. If the game is good, I'll still play it. Whatever. Conrad from Lithuania. Do you think any of the big 4 pay-per-views will ever be held outside the U.S., like the UK, Japanese, Brazil, and so on? Yeah. I'm pretty sure once in a while they'll do a Royal Rumble, and I don't know, Australia or something like that. They might even go out of their way to do one for, well, definitely UK is a possibility. SummerSlam was in the UK, so why not? They had to want to, though. SummerSlam 1992, by the way. What current NXT WWE wrestler would you like to manage, being a manager, and how would you change them if needed? What I like to manage? That's a good question, actually. That is a really good question. I would manage Cassius Ohno. I would turn him heel. I will make him a monster. That sawing off knockout artist that we know him as. And I would talk him up like Paul Heyman talks up Brock Lesnar. You're gonna get knocked the... Nah, I'm joking. I'm not gonna be Chris Tucker or Smokey from Friday. He would be a great manager, though. Smokey, you got knocked the out. You got knocked the... Man? It'd be nice. I don't know. We'll have to see. Eugene Walker from Cincinnati. Thoughts on the possibility of Pentagon going to WWE? I already talked about it. He's definitely going. Let's see how it goes. Oh, shoot. So, Al from Brooklyn. Thoughts on the death of rapper Mac Miller? Listen, I don't listen to a lot of modern rap. So I know vaguely about Mac Miller. But it still hurts to know how he died. That sucks. He passed away at 26 because of an overdose. It's a depressing time to be alive now, especially in America. I think America is just... Financially, we're better, but in terms of the atmosphere of the country, we're in a Great Depression. I feel like everybody's mad. I feel like everybody is upset, depressed. It's not a good feeling. Does anybody else get that feeling? Like, America just feels sad. Like, we're just all emotional beings. We can't talk. We can't conversate. But we can't go anywhere. Because someone is lurking around with a machine gun ready to shoot you. And then the government won't do anything about it until one of them gets shot. Sorry. That's the reality. I feel like nothing will be done about these guns until one of the people in the government gets shot. But it just feels like a depressive time. So when I heard that he overdosed, that sucks. I mean, it's not the first time that's happened. The music business is rough. I mean, think about this. Who was the last artist to do that? Demi Lovato. And she almost died. She's alive, thankfully. So it's nothing I haven't heard before, but it's still sad. 26, you're barely living. At the age of 20, listen, I'm in my 20s. You can guess how old I am. If I was to die tomorrow, that would be the worst way to go out because I barely got a chance to live my life. He barely got a chance to live. Barely. So it is sad. Let's see. Have you played the new Spider-Man game? I'm going to eventually. People are asking me how did he die? Overdose. I'm not too sure which drug it was, but it wasn't overdose. How did you get into wrestling? My father is a wrestling fan. Father was a wrestling fan. He got into it watching Bruno Sammartino. And I just picked it up from him. First match was Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Shawn Michaels. Wrestlemania 14. Alright. Johnny from Virginia. What are your thoughts about The Rock being rumored to come back and winning the Royal Rumble next year only for him to put over Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? I don't like that. He doesn't need to come back and win no goddamn Royal Rumble. He can fight Roman Reigns by just coming back and challenging him to a match. Let someone else win the Royal Rumble. I'm cool with the match. People are telling me they don't like it. I'm cool with it. It's something fresh. It's something new. We'll see what happens by the time WrestleMania comes around. Give me a second, guys. Alright, so we'll see more as time goes by. But I've been wanting to see Rock versus Roman Reigns for a long time, though. Do you see Rob Van Dam going into the Hall of Fame? Absolutely! Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. One second, guys. But yeah, Rob Van Dam deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Because he's way too good to not be. Alright. Next question. Charles from Virginia. He has two questions for me. Do you think the wrestling business would be better or worse if... Wait. Try that one again. Do you think the wrestling business would be better or worse than it is today if WCW had won the Monday Night Wars? I have no idea. I would love to tell you it would probably be just a tad bit better because I don't think Eric Bischoff would have killed the business like WWE did. But I don't know. I would like to say it would be better, but probably not. Maybe it would be just as bad. That's a good question. Why do you think wrestlers continue to sign with WWE despite the terrible booking? Money. That was easy. Money. Money. You have a family to feed. You don't make enough money on the indie circuit. You don't get enough bookings. Okay, you go to WWE, you're a jobber, sure, but you're on TV making thousands a week, and now you're able to buy a house, get a wife, take care of yourself, get health insurance. Well, buy your own health insurance. Screw them for that. But you're able to put yourself in a good position in life. Okay, I get it. So that's why I did it, though. Mario from Oklahoma Park, Florida. Why is WWE so obsessed? Speak English, try again. Why is WWE so obsessed with the Roman Reigns and Charlotte Flair agenda? Oh, Jesus. Now we're starting to associate Charlotte with Roman. Can we not? Can we? Look, can we not put Roman and Charlotte in the same category? I get it. The way they're booking her is very similar to Roman Reigns. I agree with you. But can we not right now? Let's not put her in the same category as Roman. The Roman one, I have no idea. It's actually kind of sad, but I think it's because it's Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon says he should be the top guy. He sees top guy in him, and he wants him to be a top guy, so guess what? It's Vince. He's the one that's obsessed. And again, it's an old-timer who can't let it go. Vince is hanging on to Roman because that is his last hope. He knows that when Roman is done, then he's done. That's what that is. But then we also got Charlotte. See, Charlotte, don't do that to Charlotte. The Charlotte agenda. I get it, guys. You know, we're upset that they turned Becky heel. I'm having hope that they'll change their minds on that, but we're upset at what they're doing with Becky, so we're taking it out on Charlotte. Don't take it out on Charlotte. Take it out on the writing. I would take Charlotte over Roman Reigns any day. That's for sure. What would you do if you saw Braun Strowman do the Red Arrow and then a Hornswoggle? I would laugh. And then I would replay it over and over again. Then download it and replay it some more every night before I go to sleep. Because that would be the greatest thing in the world. David Hurst from Abilene, Texas. What is your favorite feud from the PG era? Damn. PG era. Not Ruthless Aggression era. PG era. Daniel Bryan versus the Authority. Easy. It's a cheap answer, but that's all I can think of. Sorry about that. Alright. Let's see here. Donald from the Bronx, New York. When do you think Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano will have their final match? Hopefully, if not this upcoming NXT Takeover, maybe next year. Wrestlemania weekend. Donald HBK Jr. What stipulation would that be? Hell in a Cell. Roberto from New York. If you got offered to write or commentate on an indie show like All In, would I? You goddamn right. Wherever I could be involved on a wrestling show, I would love to be there. Whatever you need from me, I am there. Raheem Isaac from Florida. Have you heard about Pentagon Jr and Fenix? Yes. They're coming. I'm excited about it. Let's hope they're actually used right. David Bates from Sacramento, California. Imagine a year of WWE where the following names were either injured, suspended, or released. Here we go. The Shield. Braun Strowman, Lashley, Cena, Orton, Jeff Hardy, Bryan, Miz, Styles, Nakamura, Asuka, Rousey, Bliss, and the Four Horsewomen. So they're all gone. Who is your top face and your champions and their main feud? Bro, you just basically wiped the entire main roster and just told me to rebook it with the NXT talent. Okay, well, we'll move everybody up to what they are. Tommaso Ciampa is NXT champion. He's now the world champion. I guess Universal champion. And in this case, I would have to unify the belts. No, he'll be the... I'd put them on Smackdown. So Smackdown, he'd be the World WWE champion. Universal champion? Did he say Kevin Owens? He did not say Kevin Owens. I guess Kevin Owens would be the world champion by default. I don't know. You took away Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. What the hell? And Miz? And Bryan? Let me see. Did he say Cesaro? He didn't say Cesaro. You say Kofi? Okay. I guess I would move Cesaro to Raw and he would be my Universal Champion. I like that. Cesaro. Cesaro will be moved to Raw. He'll be my Universal Champion. Tag Team Champs. For SmackDown, Undisputed Era. No, Raw is Undisputed Era. SmackDown would be the War Raiders. Women's Champion for SmackDown. I can't give it to Becky. I would have Bianca Belair be the Women's Champion on Raw. And Kairi Sane be the SmackDown Women's Champion. Let's see. Intercontinental Champion. Ricochet. And then U.S. Champion. Is Nakamura still here? No, he took out Nakamura too. Goddamn! Who's good? Adam Cole. There. Well, I can't. Never mind. Undisputed Era's on Raw, right? Okay, so Adam Cole would be the Intercontinental Champion. And then Ricochet would be U.S. Champion. There you go. That was hard. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. That's rough. Okay. That's what I gotta do. All right. Nick from Indiana. Now, I'm pretty sure there are other answers. I didn't say Velveteen Dream. I didn't say Andrade Cien Almas. I didn't say Sami Zayn. I didn't say Kevin Owens. I didn't say a lot of other talent. But those are the people I'm going with just to answer the question. What do you see being the card for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 5 next year? I have no idea. Can't wait to see it. But Nathan from Indiana. Which do you see being more probable? China being in the Hall of Fame or WWE recognizing Chris Benoit? I think China will be in the Hall of Fame first before they recognize Chris Benwah. China just had sex. Essentially, you think about that. China, all she did was have sex. Literally, that's all she did. Chris Benoit allegedly murdered himself and killed his family. Completely different story. So I guarantee you, they'll put China in the Hall of Fame first before they recognize Chris Benoit. Although they kind of already did recognize him on the network, but you're talking about like actual TV reference Chris Benwah. China will be in the Hall of Fame first. Ross from Glasgow. What do you think the main event to All In 2 will be? No idea. But hopefully Will Ospreay versus Neville. Pac. That'd be nice. Bradley from Melbourne, Australia. What's up, Bradley Xavier? Do you think the main roster should start bringing in alumni WWE superstars for one-off appearances every now and then to keep fans skeptical? Skeptical, that's what he's trying to say. Skeptical and keep watching every week. For example, when Seth Rollins does his IC title open challenge, someone like Christian and Chris Masters answers the call. Wouldn't that be nice if Carlito came back and fought Seth Rollins? Be a nice idea. I like that idea. With SmackDown 1000 coming up, which SmackDown legends would you like to see? And do you think they'll do a tribute to Eddie Guerrero? So, when I think about SmackDown, here are my top 10. You gotta have The Rock. You got to have The Rock. You better have The Rock. That's his show. SmackDown 1000 is literally screaming, Rock, please be here. He should be the first one to come out, too. We do a segment with somebody. I don't care. Hogan needs to be there. Edge needs to be there. Yes, there needs to be a tribute to Eddie Guerrero. Ray needs to be there. Angle needs to be there. Because they're here. Can we get Chavo? Maybe. We'll see. I'd like to see Jamie Noble and Nydia. I do think, watch this, Michael Cole and Taz should call SmackDown 1000. This is the only time where I will actually I agree with Michael Cole being on head commentary. It should be Michael Cole and Taz. Michael Cole and Taz should be on commentary for 1,000. Make that work. JBL. You gotta bring in JBL. Taker should show up. Taker better show up for 1,000. Booker T? Batista. I don't think we're gonna get Batista. That would be nice if they could. Stephanie was the GM, so she should be there. Teddy Long. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, holla, holla. You gotta get Teddy in there. You gotta get Teddy. Let's see here. Those are the young ones I can come up with. Yeah, I think that's it. And yes, we should all do a tribute to Eddie. Because it's Eddie. Let's see. Oh, and Paul Heyman. Didn't he write SmackDown? Okay. Predict the next 5 NXT champions after Johnny Gargano. Predict? Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, EC3. I don't think Adam Cole's winning it. He should, but he's not. Pete Dunne would be amazing. I don't think he's going to win it either. I would like to see Lars Sullivan get the belt. Just one time. And Keith Lee. There you go. Brian from Newman, California. Do you think Vince believes he's still in the 1980s? I've heard that former creative writer claimed that Vince suffers from memory loss in an interview to the point that Vince couldn't remember who they were pushing the previous week. Oh, wow. The previous week. I just think he's old and senile. That's it. I think he's smart. I think he's a great businessman, but he's just done. He's out of touch now. Of all these promotions, which one will you likely give a chance? MLW, CZW, AAA, CMLL, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, CWF, Mid-Atlanta. MLW sounds good. I'll give that a shot. What do you think WWE will introduce first? A Women's Tag Team Championship, an Intergender Tag Team Championship, a World 6-Man Tag Team Championship. Probably the Intergender Tag Team titles. That's what I think. That makes a lot more sense than women's. I personally would love to see Intergender. I think that would be great. That's a better idea than, oh, hey, let's have a women's tag team championship when there aren't any women's tag teams. Iconics, good. Do you play sport games? And if so, would you consider buying NWA 2K19? No. But Isaiah, if you buy the game, I am promoting the hell out of you. You are going to win the millions of dollars, and you're going to give me a certain cut. You know what I'm saying? Just a small change. It's just, you know, I'm like your Paul Heyman. I'm your client. I'm going to promote the hell out of you too, Isaiah. It's going to be the reigning, defending, undisputed, button mashing, smack talking, 2K19 backhand walking, the Destroyer from Norfolk, Virginia, Isaiah. Wow! Every time, I'm there. So you better win now. All right. If Johnny Gargano is getting a call-up to the main roster, which 5 superstars in the main roster should he feud with? Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, Chad Gable, crap, there's so many. The AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. There, moving on. I think that's it. Oh, cool. Well, that's it for Facebook. Let's go to Twitter. The Twitter. The Twitter. The Twitter. There we go. So, alright, so Justin Nunn says, do I think Bill Cosby is innocent? I did at first. Now I don't so much. I've actually done some research. I checked out the interviews, and at first I thought, of course, they're gonna come out and try to get rid of the black guy. But then I saw his interviews where he had a chance to defend himself, and he didn't do such a good job. See, to me, what's more important about allegations like this, I judge it off of the person. I judge it off of the people and how they react. When the allegations came out, Bill Cosby didn't say anything. He didn't defend himself. He didn't go out and say he was innocent. You know what he did? He's like, can you not air that? Why would you not want that to be aired? What are you hiding? Why are you hiding? If you didn't do it, I didn't do it. He did it. I think he did it. That's a shame. Let's see here. We have Robert Cartagena. Something like that. Robert, what's up, Robert? Let's see here. If Samoa Joe does not dethrone AJ Styles for the title, do you think Miz will do it? If Samoa Joe does not beat AJ, you know goddamn well Miz is going to beat him. I don't even think we need to discuss that. One way or another, AJ, whether it's AJ or Samoa Joe, Miz is becoming world champion. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. Do I play sports games? No, I don't. Anthony Ace, do you like the Resident Evil games? I do like the Resident Evil games. I haven't played them, but I do plan on playing the new one coming out. It looks good. Who is a better heel? Stone Cold Steve Austin from 2001 or The Rock from 2003? Well, I guess the better heel was Austin, but I thought Rock overall was more effective. Because Austin wasn't effective as a heel. Fans didn't want to boo him. The Rock was a lot more effective as a heel. So I guess I'll go with The Rock. Ultra Shadow, have you ever watched videos from McJuggernuggets? I'm going to say no. Don't know who that is. Big B Wolf, in your opinion, who's the most underrated wrestler in NXT? Underrated. It's either Raul Mendoza or Oney Lorcan. There we go. Most likely Oney Lorcan. What is your favorite finisher? The Canadian Destroyer. If you could trade 3 wrestlers to Raw, 3 to SmackDown, who would be traded? From Raw to SmackDown. Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and... Who would I trade to SmackDown? Who would need the booking? That is a good question. I don't know who else. That's a good question, honestly. Maybe. I don't know. That's weird. I don't want to say anybody to Raw, honestly. I'll just give you those 2, Rollins and Finn Balor. More than likely Finn Balor. Sammy P. Boone, how would you book episode 1000 for SmackDown Live? Nostalgia. Bring back all the awesome talent that made it awesome and leave it at that. Let's see here. Madeline, what are your early Hall of Fame wants predictions? I already told you. Once again, The Rock, Undertaker, Hardys, Bam Bam Bigelow, Chyna. You know what? To make it 7, I'll say Rob Van Dam. That would be pretty freaking cool. And then, who was the other one? Owen Hart, if they can get him. Dash and Dawson should go to SmackDown. There you go. I like that. Did Vince McMahon stop caring about making Raw interesting? Second to SmackDown. I don't think he cares about quality anymore. He just cares about making money. I don't think he ever cared. But more than likely now, he really doesn't care. Tyler Moraine. Sorry I haven't had a chance to see you do your live broadcast and just been super busy with work and I moved to Chicago, but I do watch videos afterwards. My question is, do you think Rey Mysterio should be part of WrestleMania, should be part of Wrestle Kingdom to fight Kota Ibushi? Yes, if we can make that happen. And last one. If you could show 3 NXT matches to a non-wrestling fan, what matches would they be? Oh boy! Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, Chicago. I'm just picking one. Velveteen Dream versus Aleister Black. And we're out. So thank you guys. As promised, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the music. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go to Streamlabs. And I'm going to play you guys the music for all of my songs. Because I know a lot of you is like, oh, Dalyxman, you changed up your songs. So we're going to play them now. Hold on for a minute. Okay, so I should be logged in. Let me log myself in real quick. Thank you guys for watching. Someone made a video about me. You made a video about me? Is it positive or negative? I don't know how I feel about you making videos about me, boy. Anil. Is it a positive video or a negative video, Anil? I'm very curious to hear what you have to say about that. Let's see here. I should be able to play the songs from this site here. I think I'm good. Super chats are fine. I didn't think I was going to get them in this broadcast. I'm pretty sure they made a lot of people happy. Okay, so we're going to test out the super chat. So here's the first one.
This is a test super chat alert for $78.
Still, from Persona 4. That is, Pursuing My True Self jazz version. It's a cover of the actual song. If you want to check that out, I recommend that you go out of your way to see that. I gotta pull up the rest of them now. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So that was the first one. Here's the second one.
This is a test super chat alert for $5.
Boogie Back, that's from DBZ, or DB Super, Dragon Ball Super. Your favorite Phil Collins is now $10. Because I gotta keep it rare. Still the same length.
This is a test super chat alert for $10.
I just moved it up to a higher point. And then, of course, 15. Still Edge.
This is a test super chat alert for $15.
Now we're getting to $20. Here's a $20 shirt. Here's a $20 song. Come on. Okay, so the $20 song. Uh-oh. There it is.
This is a test super chat alert for $20.
I'm pumped about that song. I think everybody's gonna like that one. So 25. That's Linkin Park.
This is a test super chat alert for $25.
30. Check out 30.
This is a test super chat alert
That would
for
be
$30.
Human Nature. Human Nature by Michael Jackson, yes. Don't hate. Michael Jackson is awesome. And then we go to $50. We can be friends if you know where this is from.
This is a test super chat alert for $50.
And then the newest one, 100 is no longer Celebration. It's a new one. Guess which one it is. I'm just going to play it.
This is a test super chat alert for $100.
If you guys know who DBZA is, Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Team 4-Star, that's what's influenced by it. Freaking loved it. I love this song. If you really want to make me happy, you will get that song playing. Brah. But yeah, guys, that's it. So those are the songs now. Those are the songs that we use for Super Chat. That's my compromise. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. I will be back up here for Raw Top 5 and Smackdown Live and 205 Live. And then, of course, I will not be up here Wednesday because I have some things to take care of. But I'll be back up here Thursday to review both shows. And then whatever comes is what comes. Also, next Sunday, it's Hell in a Cell. In case you forgot, Sunday is Hell in a Cell. So I will be up here to preview that show this week. And of course, review the show this Sunday. So until then, I will catch you guys next time right here. And your boy, Deluxe Man's World. I love you. Take it easier. I'm out. Peace.